WWE, what are you doing?
Howdy, folks. Another day. Nah, not another day. Another week. More WWE releases. Hello, everybody. What is up?
Futuristic, how you doing?
Definitely not a show that we planned on doing, nor did we probably want to be doing it, but WWE has struck once again with the releases of talent.
The hammer came down. James, how you doing? Futuristic, how you doing? Jared, how you doing?
So I saw last night, after we went off the show, I saw...
Jake, how you doing?
I saw some articles saying that we could possibly be in for some more WWE releases as soon as
Bone
this
Sniper,
week.
how you doing?
And so I also saw some stuff about last night about today, like, you know, buckle up, folks, it could be a crazy day. Just some sort of like cryptic tweets from different reporters.
How you doing, Chris? Jack, how's it going?
And boy, oh boy, were they right. Definitely today in the wrestling world with all the releases and some shocking ones.
Shocking ones, like, pretty much, which ones aren't shocking?
I definitely think that, like, the entire idea behind this being because of budget cuts, I think is complete BS, to be honest. I don't think that at this point, with how many people they've released over the last 2 months, it's come up to like a total of 20 people, and I have a list of 20 just superstars on the roster.
Everybody, glad to have you here. Well, you know, because chat's moving a little faster than
hey folks, sorry. We'll get to chat one second there. But it's a list of about 20 just superstars. And that's not even including the backstage people and the higher up people that they have also let go. Producers, people for their content on YouTube, writers, different people there have been lots of people that have been let go in the last 2 months in WWE. And there's a lot of rumors circulating on what the reasons could be. The major rumor at this moment in time is that they're looking to sell.
To who? Who are they going to sell to?
Who wants to buy WWE? That's the rumor.
I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, you know, Disney's been thrown out there, but, like, why would Disney buy them? It doesn't make a lot of sense for them. I mean, the rumor funny,
is...
Here is the funny thing, okay? When AEW started out, everybody was like, AEW is going to be bought by WWE. Eventually, that's what's going to happen. Maybe not. Maybe it would be the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really odd, but definitely some surprising releases. So, just a couple of hours ago...
WWE reminds me of the Miami Marlins having a fire. So, like, yes. Who are they going to have? I guess this is why you have the Roman storyline for 2 hours on SmackDown. Mm-hmm. Why Raw is Raw. Why NXT was, well, not good yesterday. Because I don't think they have a clue where they're going with anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense with what they're doing. And guys like Aleister Black, you let him sit around forever doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, like, use him for a couple weeks and then release him?
Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. So, there have been 6 releases today. I've seen some stuff. There could possibly be some more. There also might not be some more. I guess we will just see as the day goes on whether there's some more people or not.
There are lots of rumors out there that they are looking to sell the company.
Yeah, the main one that I've seen is NBCU.
Well, it makes sense because
of the thing with Peacock and selling to them. That's the main one that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that would make logical sense, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
I guess I don't know. The women's tag division is dead. Well, it was dead before because we kept seeing the same teams wrestle. I mean, Ruby Riott really, we saw her occasionally, but it wasn't like she was being used a lot.
No, not at all.
So as far as her being released, it's shocking, but it's not shocking, I guess.
Yeah, so,
Tessa will not be going to WWE because she knows the dumpster fire that's happening there.
So we can go ahead and go through the list. So the news was first broken by Sean Ross Sapp a couple of hours ago, and the 6 wrestlers so far: Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Ruby Riott, Lana, Santana Garrett, and Buddy Murphy. We'll go ahead and start at the bottom of that list with Buddy Murphy. I am not at all surprised that he is let go. I would not be surprised if he asked. I think we should
start the bottom list with Santana Garrett.
Well, Santana Garrett, honestly, I mean, she was called up well over a year ago and sat there and did nothing. So that it's very much so like a Chelsea Green situation where they were called up, had nothing for them, had them sit there. They threw ideas around, said, no, we're going to have you sit here some more, and ultimately did nothing with them.
Jack, they're not affected yet.
But Buddy Murphy definitely doesn't surprise me. I think that I would not be surprised if he asked for his release based on how things have gone for him in WWE. I think he will go somewhere else and be completely fine. I think he's a phenomenal wrestler. I think when given the right storyline, he can make it work and can be great. And I really WWE, he had some amazing matches with Ali on 205 Live. And that's where like the extent of his main roster career was set out, was on 205 Live, in which like not many people watch that show.
Well, then you have the big storyline with Seth and everything was going good with that, and then Seth leaves and Murphy falls off the map.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
You have a talent there. You have a talent there, and you just don't use it. Buddy Murphy's going to marry Ali now. Well, maybe that'll get him back into the WWE, since he'd be part of the Mysterio family. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you get a WrestleMania moment, you get the boot. Yeah, I don't get, like, Murphy has talent, he has the ability, but it's like a lot of these. I mean, you look at the names, and these are people that could be used, but they sat back and did nothing with them. Nothing.
Absolutely. And then yeah. And we're gonna get to Braun Strowman, and we're gonna hold off on that for just a moment. But yeah, Buddy Murphy definitely didn't surprise me. We have Lana and Ruby Riott. The women's tag division, what is the purpose of it anymore? Because you have 2 women right here who were part of 2 separate tag teams, and now you have nothing, okay? The SmackDown's women's roster, they have a total of 7 people. 7 women left on their roster.
The thing is Lana was just used. Like she was just on Raw. They've been pushing her with Naomi for the tag team division.
So you let her go. You let Ruby go. I think Lana will be fine. I think Lana's going to ultimately end up going to AEW to hang out with Miro. I think that's pretty set in stone. Like, I think that's what's happening here.
Lana was being used. Yeah, they were kind of pushing her and Naomi for the titles.
Yeah, and then Ruby Riott, she was on SmackDown on Friday.
Liv is not getting a push because she's going to be in the same spot as everybody else.
I agree. And so Ruby was on Friday's SmackDown. She had a match. I'm pretty sure they lost or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, both of them were in the women's tag team division, and now they have like a total of 3 tag teams left. You have Natty and Tamina. You have Shayna and Nia, which could potentially be on the outs because they seem to be splitting them up. And you have Dana and Mandy, and that's about it.
Natty and Tamina should just ask to be released. It's like, why are we here?
I mean, honestly, like, the women's tag division is pointless.
We're glad you gave us the tag titles, but
at this point,
who are we going to wrestle?
We have no tag teams. And like I said, the women's roster is already so small. Like I said, the SmackDown women's roster at this point in time, they have 7 active competitors in the women's division, and that's it. 7 people. One of those is Bianca. Bailey, Carmella, Liv. Who are the other three? Or other two? Three? I don't even know. I can't even tell you. So I think it's such a messy situation, and I don't even know what they are thinking when they're like, okay, we're gonna get rid of you. But, oh wait, we have these women's tag titles that, well...
We can't create a story for them.
In the last 2 months, we've fired majority of our women's tag team division, so, well, nah, okay. And so it makes no sense to me. I think both of them will be fine. I think Lana's going to AEW. I think Ruby Riott can easily go anywhere and be completely fine. Because I think she's talented, and I think she's never been given the right opportunity on WWE programming.
I think that there's a possibility we could see some more people being released. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to be looking over their shoulders, wondering, to quote Goldberg, who's next. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. The thing about this is that, like, you put Bad Bunny on. You're going to put Poppy on NXT. You have wrestlers. Why are you putting these people on their shows? Why are you using these people over your talent? It doesn't make any sense.
The reaction from talent also. I mean, I've seen several tweets from several people on the roster that are just like, this is so shocking. Like, how, what? You know, like, how are you, like, does this make any sense as to why you're doing this? You know, like, even the talent themselves that aren't talent that's being released, like, talent on the roster. Like, I just saw a tweet from Cedric Alexander, and he was like, how? It said, like, how, though? Like, ... I mean, even the talent themselves are like, what are you doing?
But this whole thing ties back into the fact that, and people are going to go, well, yeah, but these are old people. When Big Show left, I never thought he would leave WWE, mm-hmm. and I thought he was a lifer at WWE for sure. I thought they would do everything they could to keep him there.
Yeah.
And then the big shocker happened the other night when Mark Henry is now in AEW.
Yeah.
You know? So these moves don't necessarily shock me, mm-hmm. as much as it's... I guess the ones that shock me, Aleister Black, because they just started using him.
Yeah.
Ruby Riott shocks me to an extent.
It also doesn't, though.
Yeah, because I mean, it's one of those things that they were going nowhere with the tag divisions anyway.
I think the super shocking ones here are Braun Strowman and Aleister Black, and Aleister Black is the next guy we're going to get to, and he was on television 2 weeks ago! We put all this time and effort into doing these video packages for him on SmackDown, for him to be fired? Yeah. Really? Like, what is your problem, okay? You just spent time and money in producing this content. You literally were setting him up to be in a feud with Big E. And it was being said last week, oh, well, they didn't put Aleister on the show last week because they're trying to let this Big E Aleister thing, like simmer and, like, slow build. Pfft, I guess not. You know? Like, what are you doing, man? I don't even understand. A guy like Aleister Black, I mean, he sat on the roster all a year doing relatively nothing. Maybe a, nothing feud here and there. You did the crap with Seth where he got his eye stabbed out. You did the crap with Kevin Owens where he got his eye stabbed out. And then you took him out of television. You took him out of television and he sat at home in catering, wherever he was at, for months. Months and months and months and months and months. And then you brought him back to do the video packages. And then you let him go? Why didn't you just...
Yeah, the thing is, it doesn't make sense. And, you know, everybody's like, well, they'll all go to AEW. AEW doesn't have to sign all these people.
No.
Since AEW has working relationships with Impact, New Japan Wrestling, MLW, they obviously have some working relationships with those companies. They could do some stuff with those companies while these other companies sign some of these wrestlers. Mm-hmm. And so it's not something that they necessarily need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
AEW doesn't have to sign them.
No, they don't.
Because of the fact that they will work with other companies. Mm-hmm. I think AEW will probably get some of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's going to be this all-out, go out and get them.
Jokes.
And have them all sign with, you know, get them all signed up to AEW. So I think that they will. I think they'll sign some of them, but I don't think that they're gonna sign all these people because they know what they can do.
Yeah, WWE is literally giving AEW wrestlers. Lana actually shocks me. They've been changing her image and had her thrown through tables umpteen times, made us like her sorta and root for her, and now she's out. Cody, your gif. I hope people don't think all these wrestlers are going to AEW. This is what happens when you hoard talent and use celebrities instead of your roster. The father story was literally leading to a big reveal, and now it's gone. Absolutely. I think it's stupid. It all goes back to one thing, backstage politics. AEW has a new show to fill up. AEW has plenty of talent. They hired Eva Marie just to get rid of talent. All out. Lol. Yeah, I mean, this company, man, legit, like, makes me want to pull all of my hair out, reattach it to my head, and pull it all out again. Like, I truly do not understand what they are doing. I don't get it, and quite literally, the only reason, logical reason, aside from just being stupid, would be that they're getting ready to sell and they want to lower their talent,
the overhead
like,
cost of things. Stuff.
Yeah, that's the only thing, like, logical, because none of these guys need to be released.
Well,
the 20 plus people that they released in the last 2 months didn't need to be released. I mean, it's just point blank facts. Like, they've released more people in the last 2 months than they have in the last 5 years. I mean, my God.
The thing about this is with everything they've done over the last couple of months, it looks like they're going to sell. You have record profits, so you throw out there, man, we made all this money. Look what you can do if you buy us. And then we're going to cut all this fat that goes with us, and now our salaries aren't as high. Look what you get. You get this super product where you make lots of money. You don't pay a lot of money out to salaries now. So here, why don't you buy us?
Yeah, it's duh. So then we have the big one, Braun Strowman. The guy who is quite literally just in a world title feud little less than a month ago. Like, big match at a pay-per-view, was fighting for the title, got a new gimmick with the whole train thing, was in all the freaking video packages for going back on the road and being, oh, get these hands, I'm so excited for this. And now he's been put on the shelf. Okay.
He's on the road. He's got his bags
He's
packed.
on the road to go home, man.
They went, here's your trash bag.
When they said, we're going home, we're on the road, we're going home, they really were sending Braun Strowman home. I mean, my God, man. Braun Strowman is a guy I really, honestly, truthfully, he has spoken very loudly about how Vince likes him. Vince has spoken very highly of him and how he likes him. And Braun is just a very, he's a Vince guy. He's a guy that I feel like Vince, the type of guy that Vince likes to push. He's a big guy. And
he fits the Vince mold.
Yes, absolutely. And so the fact that they let him go is baffling. Now, I did read on Fightful Select that it was something about his contract, and that is one of the main reasons why they got rid of him. Because his contract, it's being said that it was like $1 million contract or something like that. And so WWE wanted to get him, and he signed it last year or in 2019 or something like that, and was going to be with them till 2023.
Yeah. And
they wanted to just cut their losses now because it was such a big contract. And that's what is sort of being said and has been sort of reported, is that that's the reason why he was let go, was because of how much money was on his contract and WWE essentially not wanting to pay it.
Well, I get that. Well, in that case, he's probably released, and there's probably not going to be a 90-day clause.
If they just terminated his contract,
that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
So Braun could show up Friday at Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. If that's the case, yeah.
I don't know. I just think that looking at all of these, it's one of those things that you go, like when I woke up, I was like, the crap. Like, you just got rid of, like, 4 of those people were just on, or had been on, in the last, several weeks on your shows. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to fill this with? You have, I don't know. It's one of those things that you sit here and you take a step back and you go,
the crap are you doing? The crap are you doing, okay?
At this point, WWE is making these wrestling companies grow and grow even more due to these mass firings. Yes, that's just it. I don't understand it. Make sure, if you haven't liked this, hit the like button.
Hit the like button if you haven't already.
It helps move us up in the rankings.
Yes, absolutely. I saw one report a bit ago somewhere that said some of the talent did actually request for the release, though, but didn't name who. That's what I saw as well.
DTA Podcast, there is no more. They do not have any more big contracts unless you're Bad Bunny or Poppy.
Oh, man. So no more big money deals unless you're Lesnar, Reigns, or any other top guy or gal who Vinnie Mac likes. Yeah, man, WWE going up for sale. That's the rumor, is that they're looking to sell. And my question to that would be, does that mean Vince is no longer in charge? Is he going to step down if they sell? Because truthfully, I don't see a reason why he would sell unless he was looking to step down. Because he doesn't want to handle the company anymore.
I guess, yeah. Jimmer Jack says the only thing that can save WWE right now is building the roster around Roman Reigns. I don't think they can do it. Because if you just build around Roman, they've tried to do it. They've been doing it. Look what they've done on SmackDown. 90% of SmackDown is Roman Reigns.
It's annoying.
And then you cut all these people. I don't get it. You have to have the talent. You have to have different people there to create storylines so you don't have the same repetitive stuff happening over and over again. Mm-hmm. And that's the one issue I have with WWE right now, is everything's it's repetitive. It's over and over. It's the same stuff. Roman, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Those are the big two. And it's just the same stuff over and over again. And until you change and you start to branch out and you start to have some of this other talent out there and put them out there in storylines. You don't have to have them going for titles or championships. Make a story out of it. And they don't do that.
Yeah. It's just, words.
Apparently there's more firings coming, more big stars, so be prepared, guys. Yes, that's one of the things
I have heard that there is a possibility that we get some more releases. Again, I've not seen anything yet. Nothing has, again, been confirmed. However, we will...
Cardi tried wrestling. What about Naomi? As of right now, James, she is safe.
As of right now.
But you may feel the glow in just a little bit.
What does this mean for a possible Zelina Vega return? I would say it probably doesn't happen. I think if it were me and I got let go and my significant other was still at the company and you were looking at maybe coming back and then you let him go, I would be sitting there going, crap, no, I'm not coming back now.
Thank you.
But no, is there a reason for her to come back? What are they going to do with her? Nothing. So I see no reason to bring her back.
Well, she's a Ruby. I mean, if you think about it, as far as everything goes, she's a Ruby Riott type, type person. Mm-hmm. And you just let Ruby Riott go. So why would you bring Zelina Vega in?
Yeah, it makes sense. Vince is a control freak. He'll keep on as an executive consultant. They'll sell, but McMahon is still in control unless they buy him out stock and all. Apparently, we already did that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's messed up, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, in other news,
the world's coming to an end if Coach K and WWE released all these people on the same day.
If they have a 90-day no-compete clause, All Out is in 94 days, or 95 days, or something like that.
Yeah.
So if they want someone big,
well, if they have to wait for the 90-day to compete clause, yeah. Naomi won't be released because of who she's married to. Yeah, I would agree with that. Braun is possibly in a corner crying due to his dream job firing him for no reason.
I mean, honestly, though, if it's just a matter of, his contract and stuff, And they're like, well, we just don't want to pay you this money. Okay, like, Braun Strowman really is, like, kind of surprising. Like, really it is. I was like, I just, wow. Wow. You know, wow. I saw it and was like, I quite literally gasped. I was like, when I first saw the list of who was, like, let go, I was like, the crap! The top of the list was Braun Strowman, and I was like, huh? And then I, like, read the rest of it and was like, oh. Aleister Black? Like, man, it's messed up, man.
Braun release will be my hack.
My gravies. So, why did I
there's just so many things you could do with him, and I don't understand what, you know, I don't know. The 90-day clause ends before All Out, so possibly the women they fired might appear in the women's casino.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. At least them.
Yeah. Clean Lana release. I know Maven is happy.
I'm not happy about anybody being released. I'm not happy about anybody being fired. If they ask for their release, good for them. And I'm fully behind all these people 100% in finding new work somewhere else, because I know they all will be able to. I don't wish for anybody to be fired. But I think that being let go from WWE, I think some of these guys were just backed into a corner at this point in time and weren't going to make it out.
Well, apparently WWE is selling WWE and AEW.
So I think that, you know, I think that it's a really, like, bittersweet situation, because I think it sucks for them to be fired, but I think that all of these people will do infinitely better elsewhere.
I would love to have Braun versus Miro. That'd be a good one. I mean, if Braun goes to, again, AEW doesn't have to sign all these people. I could see him picking up some of the women. And maybe one or two of the men not just out of these releases, but out of all the releases that have happened over the last, you know, couple months.
I have that list. I'll go through that list in a second. In the last 2 months, the 20 plus people that have been released.
We can talk about where we think they may end up. But I don't think that they need to sign all these people. I think it's just one of those things that they can, because of the relationships they have with some of these other organizations. Mm-hmm. They can work them in somehow, some way, and go from there. I'm shocked they got fired. Besides Lana, it was just minutes before she was going to get fired. The problem is they were using Lana.
Though, is I think that
I mean they were using Lana, and I don't understand it. You know, you were using her like recently, kind of. I don't want to say you were giving them a push, but they were being used.
Yeah.
Unlike some of the other wrestlers, and then you let her go.
I think that Lana has put in the work to become better, and I think it's really shown that she has, and I feel awful for her that she, you know, she's put in all this time and effort to get better and get, you know, get on television and sort of get over with the people, and then she gets the rug pulled out from under her and is now, you know, she's not even with the company anymore. I think it sucks. It sucks.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh, you get to wrestle now? You're fired. See ya. Peace out, Girl Scout. Adios. I don't know. We can go through the list here. Miro goes from best man to the groom. New AEW story.
So
with Kip as his best man.
Over the last 2 months.
Yeah, Lana was trying, and Naomi did influence her, and that's what I don't get. I don't get it. You know what I agreed with Gleen? I think it's time we end the brand.
They're going to have to end the brand split at this point, because, especially with the women's division, because they don't have enough people on both shows to keep two separate things. They just don't.
The thing is,
you can't work with 7 people on SmackDown and the 5 you got on Raw.
I've said that for a long time, simply because of how they run things.
Okay, I don't know that they necessarily have 5 women on Raw, but I mean, who do they put out there all the time? You have Asuka, you have Rhea, you have Charlotte, you have Natty and Tamina, and you have Mandy and Dana. Oh, and Naomi too, I guess. Yeah. So that's 8 people, but that's no better than the 7 that are on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So like,
I don't get it. I mean, you know, you just as well have people that are on. Well, they already do anyway, but have SmackDown and Raw just overlap.
Oh, they got Nia and Shayna too, but you know.
When the brain split. I wouldn't be surprised if they release Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked either. Just noticed something. The WWE Women's Tag Division has Natalia, Tamina, and Mandy and Dana.
Yeah, I know, because you had Naomi and Lana, you have Fire Lana, you had Ruby and Liv, you fire Ruby, you had Nia and Shayna, and you're splitting them up. I mean, seriously, who do you have left in the you Mandy and Dana? Oh, what the freaking Ruby?
So you know,
that's great.
Do you think Liv will get released? Possibly. I mean, what are you going to do with her? They won't have a story for her.
And she's not making it in the singles division. I'm sorry, she's not.
So her getting released
at this point in time, with the way she's been booked, she's not making it in the singles division. So
even Becky returns won't help. Jack, I've said it a long time. I've been saying this since everybody's like, oh, wait till Becky gets back. No, Becky's not going to save anything. It's one of those things that one person is not going to come in and save the divisions or the company.
No, it's not happening.
One person is not saving them, and no matter what, when they bring Becky back, they will do what they do with Charlotte. She'll be the star. They'll put her over, and then everybody else is going to be like a turd.
Becky comes back to fight nobody. Yeah, I mean, I think if Becky comes back, I'm sure they'll get a little pop and stuff for a minute, but then I think it's going to go right back down. They really don't need SmackDown and Raw. Consolidate into one show with 8 wrestlers you have left. Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's so...
WWE lover.
I just don't know, man. It's really it's dumb. So full list of releases over the last 2 months. We have Andrade, Lars Sullivan.
Thank you, WWE, for stopping in.
Lars Sullivan, Steve Cutler, Samoa Joe, Peyton Royce, Billy Kay, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, Dream, Alexander Wolf, Jessamine Duke, Vanessa Bourne, Brandy Lauren, Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Ruby Riott, Lana, Santana Garrett, and Buddy Murphy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We have like 20 people here.
Yeah.
That have been released, that are just superstars alone on the show.
Yeah.
And then you have all of the backstage people that we let go too.
Yep.
So
I don't understand it. Braun is the reason why WB is popular because of his strength of flipping cars. Becky comes back to only seeing Charlotte in the locker rooms. I think that's where we're headed. I think we're headed to Becky comes back and we're gonna have Becky versus Charlotte, Becky versus Asuka, Charlotte versus Asuka, a triple threat match, Charlotte versus Asuka, Becky versus Charlotte, Asuka versus Becky. Oh, you see the point? Mm-hmm. I don't know. WWE is a dying brand. Just pull the life support plug. It is. I don't know.
Man, and they're running all of their people off because you have a lot of people that are big diehard WWE faithfuls now that are even starting to sort of look at it and go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, do you know what you're doing? Clearly you don't, because you just, like, Charlotte versus herself. I was just gonna say that. Like, honestly. I mean...
This week on Raw, we have Charlotte versus Flair.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know what this company is doing. I really don't. Are they trying to kill their product?
Thank you for the follow there, or subscribe there, Jennifer.
Are they trying to kill their product? Are they trying to get people to stop watching? I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't get what they're doing.
They don't get what they're doing.
They're really digging their own grave. They've been digging their own grave for a long time.
The Undertaker has taken over WWE.
They've been digging their grave for a long time, and now I think that they're starting to, like,
Raw is rubbish.
Step into it. You know? And
yes,
I think...
Raw is rubbish.
They're just burying everything.
You're fired.
Honestly, it's really, 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 you know, it's messed up.
Liv just tweeted saying, if someone picks up Ruby Riott on their roster, you win. I agree. I think that she's a superstar that could be used. She is one that I think AEW will probably go after. I think that's, I don't think it's too hard to see. I think that she is one that they will go after. Making them really look better for the sell. Vince is cashing out. I think so. I think that's what's happening. Another problem when they go back live, who are the fans going to want to see?
That's another freaking good question, because at this point...
Charlotte versus Flair!
Like, what are you doing? A lot of these, like Braun Strowman, like I said, he's been a huge advocate for the returning of live crowds and going to do the shows and stuff, and he's been in all the advertisements and has really been hyping it up over the last couple weeks, and all the advertisements for the returning live shows, we're going home, we're going on the road, have had Braun Strowman in it. So here's a question. Because we have both felt that at NXT over the last several months, they've had some good shows. They've done some good things. But we also feel that some of their shows have went to crap. Yeah.
Do you think it's possible Triple H just said, screw it, I know where we're headed. Does it matter what we do?
I mean, maybe. I don't know, man. I think it's really, really messed up. And I truthfully, I don't have a single ounce of clue as to what they're doing and why they're doing it. It's baffling to me that you can go through and make these business decisions and say, oh yeah, this was the right one.
At this point, I was going to go to the Miami Raw show, but now seeing this mass firing and hearing more things, I'm not going anymore. Thank God I bought Miami AEW tickets for July 7th.
I think you're going to have I think they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they realize how many people might possibly not want to watch the shows or go to the shows. Their ratings have dropped every week, with the exception of SmackDown. SmackDown has stayed pretty consistent at about 2 million majority of weeks. Sometimes maybe a little under that. But Raw's ratings have significantly dropped. NXT hasn't been doing so hot either. And so I think they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they get crowds back. Because I don't know how, I'm sure there's going to be some people that just go because they want to go to an event. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that say, I'm not doing this.
The thing is, why would you go to an event? You don't know who's going to be there and who isn't. I mean, they could advertise somebody and change it. Braun Strowman will be there. He's going on the road.
Oh, wait, he's fired.
Braun Strowman is going to be at the next Raw. Oh, no, we just fired him. I don't understand it, I don't understand what they're doing, how they're doing this. I just don't get it. Shinsuke is next. Shinsuke would probably love that. He would probably be better off somewhere else. Triple H is listening to Vince's delusional thoughts. I think he is, but the thing is if he cares about the business, you would think that he would, I don't know, you'd think he would, look at it and go, okay, I want to make this good. So if things do sink, I could look better. How you doing, Gimme a Hull YEAH podcast?
What's up?
I think WWE will always have a huge crowd. Braun will probably be rehired in a week. Well, that's what I said. Rehired by WWE or by someone else?
I think this is hilarious. Somebody put up a tweet and said, Tony Khan, the forbidden door. Vince McMahon, there's the door.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out.
I mean, honestly, though, that really, oh, man, that was funny. Oh, man.
I want to see how many times people just tweeted the Cody ear. I don't know. I guess the one thing that's out of all of this, I don't think they have a clue what they want to do. And how do you promote your shows?
Yeah, I don't know how you promote your shows.
You're going on the
road. You have no idea what you're doing.
And how are you going to promote your shows? What are you going to tell people? Well, we have Roman, we have Charlotte, we have Asuka. Outside of that, what do we have? Hello, Dom.
This godforsaken company, man. So Aleister Black was brought back to TV.
WWE lover Vince is never going to die. We have talked about on our show. He's a vampire. He's going to live forever.
Yeah. So a little news here, insight. Aleister Black was brought back.
If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Sorry, I'm trying to get that in there.
You've cut me off twice, man.
I know.
Aleister Black was brought back to TV to kick off a feud with Biggie, and it's being said that there was no long-term end game, and many of those associated with him putting that story together didn't even know he was being released. And recently, Creative was told to stop making pitches for Black, but there's no reason why. So they had no plan for him the entire time? They put out these stupid videos. These videos, okay? These videos on SmackDown for the father, the scary guy, roar! And you have no plan for him? You have no plan for where you're taking the Big E feud? You had no long-term goal as to what you were going to do with it? Idiots. I'm telling you, the company is run by idiotic buffoons who have no idea what they're doing. Probably should have never been hired in the first place. Like, my God, how stupid can you be? How hard is it? How hard is it to come up with a feud for a guy like Aleister Black? Like, Jesus, man. Somebody needs to be slapped around, and I would like first shots at everybody.
Yeah. Vince is immoral, but immoral at the same time. Yes, he is.
My God, man, how stupid can you be?
I freaking love the AB entrance with its candles and runes and dude rising from the floor. Yeah, and then they killed it. Dead. I saw something about Cody only bringing him in for Cody to kill. Go-Go is going to be a star in AEW. There's one reason they did that they let Cody beat a Go-Go in AEW.
It was because it was the weekend of Memorial Day, and they were going with the whole American Dream thing.
And he just started using the American Dream name. That's why they did it.
No, that was a one-time thing.
So, Black is live on Twitch with Vega right now. Well, that's funny. I got fired. I can go back on Twitch.
Yeah,
funny.
He's live on there right now. Here, hold on.
That's hilarious. Jim Cornette's daughter? What are you doing?
I'm listening to this.
Oh.
Keep going.
Listening to what?
The thing.
Oh. Gotcha.
He's quite literally.
I bet I'll be fired by Vince at WrestleMania. Probably will, Jack.
Oh, it's just him. That's funny.
It is. It's just Aleister Black. Zelina is not there. Is he talking about wrestling, or what's he talking about?
He's just kind of
stupid WWE and Vince McMahon. Anyway, it's time to shopping. Well, yes, time to go shopping there, Tony. You have.
He says, "Let's have a talk."
What's his Twitch? It's the Twitch.
It's Thea Trinidad. It's Zelina Vega's Twitch.
Thea Trinidad. He's actually on there talking right now. I want to see W hire NXT superstar that I have talent like Dexter Lumis and Bronson. Jennifer, the question is, would they ruin them? Because
he said he was told it was budget cuts, and he says whether it was budget cuts or if it was something else, it doesn't matter. He's here now.
I don't think he probably cares. So a quote from Aleister Black. He said it was budget cuts, is what they told him.
But whether he knows if it was just budget cuts or not, he said it doesn't really
budget cuts. Let's see. Roman has more money than anybody here. We're trying to save money. Let's cut Roman.
He says he was really excited for the Dark Father stuff. He says he wrote a lot of the stuff that went into that. Like, that was him.
Is this just because of COVID time to save money? I don't see how it could be. I don't see how... They had record profits. I don't see how it could be just to save money. I think this ultimately... I think what this all leads to is WWE is headed down, probably, looking to sell their product to somebody. They were mid-story with Black. I feel sorry for him. Yes! That's the part that's confusing. You know? See you later, James. Have a good one. They had a story going for him, and I don't know. I'm headed out. Y'all have a great day. I'll pop up on Discord later, probably. We'll check you out, Futuristic, on Discord. I have no clue what they're doing with him. No idea why they did things with him that way, and then they release him. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I think they're going to release Bray. I would not be shocked if they did.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did
He
either.
is one. If you like, on our Discord last night, I put out that he is one that would be released. Because what are they doing with him? Nothing. They're doing nothing with him. The only reason they would not release Bray is because they know AEW would pick him up, boom, just like that.
I think anywhere would pick him up, boom,
well,
just
I think
like
anywhere
that.
would, but they know that AEW would pick him up just like that, and they would have a storyline with him to make him look awesome. And WWE is like, we can't do that. So, I just don't see. I just don't see. I don't necessarily see Bray leaving. When WWE gets sold, they will have roughly 15 people left. Yeah, if that. It might just be Roman, Becky, and Charlotte. Oh, and maybe Seth. What we are seeing since the last couple of weeks, I can assure that many more releases are in a row. I would agree. I think we're probably going to see some more releases. It could be backstage people. It may be superstars. The superstars, I can definitely see more releases coming. With the way they're headed, I don't know. I just don't know what they're thinking, and why they're doing the things they're doing, especially right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Knowing that first off, AEW's got a new show coming, and so you have that coming down the pipe. So they're going to be looking to possibly sign a few more people, so they have some big stars on that show.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that AEW will do is they will do crossover stuff. I don't think they're going to leave just one person or a group of people on Dynamite and then have a group of people on Rampage. I think they're going to do crossover stuff. I think it's going to be just like they do with their YouTube channel. You see all of these people on all of their shows, and it makes it interesting. Didn't Elias get released? I have not seen anything about Elias being released, Clark.
No.
Right now, he is still surviving the cuts, but I heard that his head is just above water, and he's sinking. So, the door, the forbidden door, as Maven said earlier, someone tweeted out.
Tony Khan, the forbidden door. Vince McMahon, there's the door.
Yeah. I would not be shocked if we see him headed out. If Braun goes to AEW, that could be a blunder. I don't know that he'll go to AEW.
AB said his relationship with Vince is good. Yeah, that's what he's kind of saying. He's live right now on Twitch, so if you want to check that out, I very much so would say check that out. Because he is live and you hear it straight from the source. It's him. He's on there talking. He did say his relationship with Vince is good, so to speak. He said that he always heard that Vince was, Vince thought of him very highly and thought of his creative ability very highly. Thought that he was cool.
Budget cuts. They just made record-breaking deals. Follow the money. Yep.
So yeah.
Braun's new name in AEW will be a Japanese name. This will affect WWE working with New Japan Wrestling. I would say so. There's so many jobbers to release, like Akira Tozawa, Lindsay Dorado, Grand Metal League, and Slapjack. Why Braun and Aleister? Good question. I suppose
he just said he did all this creative stuff. He had all these ideas and creative stuff while he had shackles on, and now the shackles are off, so he can go and do these things that he's had in his head and ideas he's had. He can go and do them now because the shackles are off.
Aleister Black.
Oh man!
Is All Elite.
Just
Braun
want some of
Kawasaki. That's funny. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that you sit here and why. First off, WWE puts so much. It's, as Aleister Black said, there's shackles on their talent. They can't do creative stuff. The creative stuff that they want to do. And I'm not saying you just have to turn loose and let them run everything, but you have to have their input because they're the ones that are putting on the show. And if they don't feel comfortable doing something or can't do something that the company wants them to do, why are you asking them to do it? Why are you asking them to be put in a situation where maybe they feel that they can't do it or they're not going to be as good at it?
Yeah.
And if they have an idea on something they want to do, run with it. He also said Paul Heyman took him under his wing a lot and fought for him. Well, then it makes you wonder, how much influence does Heyman have? Braun to Impact. I could see Braun going to Impact. Braun Toshiba. What do you think is Braun's future? Will he be headed to AEW? We'll talk about that. Let's go through the list. You got your list still there?
I do.
Let's go through the list. We'll talk about where we think people will go.
Switch headphones there. I'm still listening to Aleister Black because he's still live. So if he says anything of useful information, he's just sort of going over things right now in his career and how much how many layers he put into it and sort of because he didn't have much control over many things, but the things that he did have control of, he sort of he wanted to make the most of it and sort of made layers and put little hints and things and sort of threw stuff in there that. The fact that he was able to do that.
Here's the thing: the fact that he's just immediately coming out and talking makes you think that since he's been released, right? Mm-hmm. That this is like he's been released, like he can go anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we can start at the bottom. You got your list.
Yeah, that's kind of the list. There's also some of the executive people. Lars Sullivan. I don't see
Lars will go to
nowhere. I don't see him going anywhere right now.
Lars is going to go to. I don't know where Lars will go. No clue.
Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. I think they're going somewhere together.
I could see them going to Impact.
I think they're going to stick with
something like
being
Major League
a tag
Wrestling.
team.
Someplace like that.
Yeah.
Big Show.
Clearly AEW.
I know where he went.
We have Zelina.
I have a feeling that wherever Aleister goes is where she's going.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so too. I think Zelina Vega could easily go anywhere, and I think that Aleister Black could easily go anywhere. I think he'd be fine anywhere, wherever he wants to go. I truly don't know where.
I honestly could see the two of them ending up in AEW.
I could too.
Just because of what they could do. Lars will go to that dodgy indie who booked Alberto. I can't wait to watch Braun versus Rich Swann. Should main event Bound for Glory.
You have
how about Braun versus Moose?
Andrade clearly, is doing some AAA stuff.
Yeah.
I think he could be pretty much anywhere. Tucker.
He's one I want to hear talk. He's the one that's put out some tweets that I can't talk right now, but I will. So he's one I'm curious to hear come out and talk some stuff.
He got an invite from Jericho to go on Talk as Jericho.
Yeah.
I think you might take him up on it. And
I think he will. I think, but he said that he can't talk right now, but he's going to. The next Impact and AEW episodes are going to be interesting. They will be interesting. I'm curious to see what they do.
Chelsea Green.
Braun versus Paul White.
Chelsea Green. I think she's going to end up in Impact.
I think so too.
I think Impact or AEW. I think one of the two. Maybe work with both. I think Mickie James is probably ending back up in Impact. I think Billy and Peyton could potentially end up in Impact.
Yeah, I can see that. They go to Impact.
I also think, AEW is always an option for anybody. And I think AEW would be a really fun place. I think Mickie James being in AEW, I think that would be a really cool get for them, specifically for a coaching sort of thing. Now, Mickie James can still wrestle, and I'm totally fine with her being active talent on the roster. But I think from a coach standpoint, I think that she could really help out the women that they have on their roster.
Yeah.
I think that Mickie James would be, because Mickie James has been in the business for so long and she knows what she's doing, and she's a really well-respected veteran in the business. I think that she would be a good one to bring into AEW to work with people.
Yeah, I agree.
Samoa Joe.
I can see him going to Impact or AEW.
Same. I agree.
I mean, he's one that I think could be big in the place. Zelina is a great actress. She can do well outside of the wrestling business. Yeah, she is. I think that, I mean, she is one that could probably go and do something else if she wanted to.
Vanessa Bourne, I think she could end up anywhere again and be cool. She hasn't really gotten to do much in WWE, so I don't really have much to go off of here. To kind of give you an idea of what I think I'd like to see her, because I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jessamine Duke, I've heard she's not with the company, but she's still working with Xavier Woods on Up, Up, Down, Down, which sort of is a not byproduct of WWE, because it's Xavier Woods' thing, but WWE has sort of taken it and done some stuff with it.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily know what that means, but
Samoa Joe to AEW, I could see that's a great route. I could see Samoa Joe going to AEW. I could also see him going to Impact.
Santana Garrett, I think she's really, as far as I've heard, she's pretty good friends with Chelsea Green. She's pretty good friends with, like, Deonna Purrazzo. I think that, sort of Impact, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I agree.
Buddy Murphy.
He's one that I think has options. I think he's one that could sign with AEW if they wanted to sign him. I could see him going to Impact. So that those are the big two. MLW, I could see him going there too. Mm-hmm. Or Ring of Honor, one of them. Yeah. So I mean, it's just a matter of where he wants to go.
Samoa Joe is injury prone. There's no benefit signing him. I disagree. Samoa Joe isn't injury prone.
The thing about Samoa Joe,
he was injured and he was out for a year, but he had like a broken something.
The thing about Samoa Joe is you could bring him in if he's not going to be a full-time wrestler. You could bring him in to do commentary.
Well, you could. But I think he's ready to go and he's ready to wrestle. He was cleared a long time ago and WWE just kept him on the commentary team.
Yeah.
So
is Brock Lesnar returning? Heard something like that. There are rumors that he is going to be returning. They're going to pay him $2 quadrillion, which is why all these people have been fired.
Lana, AEW. Aleister Black, like I said, I think dude has options. I think he could go anywhere. You could go to New Japan, go to AEW, go to wherever. And I think he'd be fine.
If he went to AEW, man, with the ideas that he has for storylines, it'd be crazy.
For sure.
Samoa Joe made Rain good. I'd love to see Samoa Joe versus Miro. Samoa Joe versus Miro would be a good one.
And then there's Braun Strowman.
Braun, I could see. I mean, I think he has.
I think he could go anywhere and be
options. Fine. I think Impact would be a cool place for him to go.
Yeah.
I think him and Moose would be good. I mean, Moose's contract's up here soon, so I don't know if Moose is going to re-sign at Impact or not, but I think that would be a match that I would think people would want to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
AB to New Japan Wrestling. I mean, I can see that happening too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Braun could be fine wherever.
Yeah, I agree. Wherever he wants to go, he can go. I think that's
I don't have anything else. I'm still listening to this Aleister Black
pretty
thing.
much it for right now. If we have any other breaking news with wrestlers being released, we will come back and we will talk about it again, and so you can come and join us then. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, we stream every Monday after Raw, or every Monday during Raw, every Tuesday during NXT, every Wednesday when Dynamite is on, every Thursday during Impact, every Friday during SmackDown, or this week during SmackDown and AEW. And then we do the pay-per-views. So
yes.
If you would like to join us any other time besides now, those are the times that we are live. Again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so you know when we do go live, you can come and join us at any time. And if we do have more news breaking, we'll be back here.
I'm going to check Twitter real quick before we go, just to make sure.
Is Bray Wyatt injured? Not shown up since a couple weeks. No, they have nothing for him. They don't have a storyline for him.
Okay, that's hilarious. The WWE shop, they like just put this like up there. It's like a pre-order.
Aleister Black, Tales of the Dark Father, authentic T-shirt on WWE's shop.
It's a pre-order.
Someone didn't tell WWE shop that he got fired. The crap.
Oh man, this is
Saw's less news now. All right, guys, we're taking off. Until we will see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.